Hey yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the first live stream by Vault Markets. My name is Jamie Hu, and I'll be taking you through today's first analysis, market breakdown, and yeah, happy to have you guys here. I know the chat's quite empty at the moment, but let's just wait for the numbers to come. We will start trading at 3:30 p.m. So you guys have 25 minutes to come through. Today in 30 minutes I'll be live on YouTube as well as my Discord, link over here. And hey, what's up guys? I'm live now on YouTube for Vault Streams. Tune in, we'll be trading the New York Open in 20 minutes. Hey, what's up guys? I'm live now on YouTube for Vault Streams. Tune in, we'll be trading the New York Open. Yo. Two viewers, what's up guys? How are you guys doing? 4 viewers. Alright guys, if you guys don't know, my name is Jamie Hu, and I'll be hosting the streams on Vault. Today, obviously, we'll be focusing on New York Open, as well as talking through some exciting stuff that Vault has been working on. So if you guys are tuning in, make sure in the chat to say what your name is, where you're from, and then let's get this live stream going. All right, guys, so we have 20 minutes until market open. If you're new here, again, I'll be trading the markets live with you for New York Open today. I will be keeping an eye on NASDAQ, and then there's also quite a few things within the Volt ecosystem that I'm pretty excited to announce with you guys. So if it is your first time here, first time watching me, say what's up in the chat. Let's get the chat going. I am trying to read the messages simultaneously, but let's just do a little preparation for the market. Then we can try see if we can get into a trade, and then we can go through the cool products that Volt is looking to launch. All right. So over here we have my beautiful and messy NASDAQ chart. My methods of trading is, I don't want to say it's complex. It's pretty simple. The way I trade, it's really, really simple actually. I use 7 variables, and the 7 variables complement each other. All right. Now I'm going to do a live actual analysis with you guys on like how I look at the markets, how I prep for the markets. So you guys just watching this off now can actually gauge on like how I trade and what I look for. All right. Virgin Trader here. What's up, bro? Hope you're ready to pop your cherry with trading, or at least, you know, be excited about it. But we welcome Virgin Traders, bro. I was a Virgin Trader 7 years ago, so I can relate to how you feel. All right. So, long time. What's up, bro? How are you doing? All right. So I'm going to go through basically how I plan my setups and what I look for. And then once we have our setup, we wait for the markets to open, and then hopefully we can get a beautiful trade in, right? It would be amazing to catch a nice W on the markets for the first stream. We are planning on streaming every Monday and Thursday here on the YouTube. So if it is something that you're keen on, make sure to subscribe to this channel. You'll get notified when I do go live. So essentially, when I start trading, I like to look at the weekly first. All right, again, excuse the chart being extremely messy. We will tidy that up shortly. We identify the weekly low. All right, if some of my traders are here that trade with me, you guys know exactly what we are doing and what we look for. So we identify the weekly low, last week's low, sorry. And then on top of that, we also identify the last week's high. All right. Once we've identified these 2 points, we need to initially establish our first bias. Are we looking to sell? Are we looking to buy? All right. There's only really 2 options that you can go for. So what I do is, already this week, we can see that the market is pushing downwards. We've already surpassed the last week low, but right now the market is within last week's range. All right. What does that mean? It's between the last week low and last week high. So I use my beautiful Fibonacci tool. All right. And it's essentially, when you first like use your Fib tool, it looks like a crazy colorful rainbow. All right. I've adjusted mine to look like this. It's just a little bit more simple, and it's what I look for. So I'm pretty sure in trading terms, you guys know the golden zone or hot pocket zone. That is essentially just the 0.5 and 0.618 Fibonacci levels. All right. Now, this will all make sense over time. This is one of the reasons, or one of our confluences that we use. So now that we've established our golden zone, we also need to establish our 1.618, okay, which is over here. So let's remove that, and let's make this last week 1.618. Remove these, as well as yesterday's golden zone. All right, so on the weekly time frame, we've established the last week high and the last week low, surviving our stains. Hey, what's up, bro? Guys in the chat, just let me know where you guys are from. Would love to know where you guys are from. And if I do know you personally, whether you're on the Discord or if you're coming from Instagram, let me know what your name is, because I'll probably like know, and I think it'll be more engaging. Everyone has a weird YouTube name, so yeah, just tell me like your real name or whatever you feel comfortable with. All right, so we've done the weekly. Now we go over to the daily time frame. So once we've established last week's high ranges and the golden zone, we need to do the same thing, all right, for the daily. Now, cool thing, if you just look at what we've drawn, we've established last week high, last week low. Look where price broke once it broke that weekly range. Not out of options, bro. How are you doing, man? All right, some love is coming through from the Discord. How are you doing, bro? Jeez, like it's been a hot minute. Hope you're keeping well, bro. And how's the trading treating you as well? Let me know. I'm high on caffeine at the moment, guys, because I'm excited for market open. Also, I'm really excited to talk about the cool products. If you guys are into soccer and also this FIFA World Cup, just bear with me. Let me do the analysis quickly, all right? So we've done last week high, last week low, bounced off the last week 1.618, which is what we love. Now, my Virgin Trader roasted noodles, all right? In the trading community, when you see something like this really gets you excited, all right? In your theory, being a virgin, it would turn you on, okay? So we've established the last week high now, and now we also established the last week low, which is the daily low, all right? Now, with this candle, it's quite interesting because this is a bullish candle. We've also entered last week's range, so we could possibly expect price to continue going up, all right? But with trading, yes, it's a percentage of predicting, but you also just need to prefer. Albert, what's up, brother? Is this your new community? I'll be streaming here Mondays and Thursdays. I will also stream simultaneously on the Discord too, but you can catch me here Mondays and Thursdays. And yeah, I plan with also Volt, we plan on doing like a lot of cool stuff here. So giveaways, crazy giveaways, like life-changing giveaways. So Mondays and Thursdays, just make sure that at market open you booked, because you need to come here to obviously catch the trades and banter with us and also possibly win something cool. All right, so we draw our fib top to bottom because we're looking at a bullish move up. And then we also need to identify the previous day's golden zone, all right? Not out of options. You familiar with this already, like you know what we're doing. Golden zone, and then now, because we've established our golden zone, one more thing, we need to establish our 1.618, all right? Yes, 1.618, which is basically yesterday's 1.618. So now we're done with our daily golden zone. So far we have our last week ranges as well as our daily ranges. Yes, we have a bunch of trend lines over here as well, that some are relevant, some aren't. Now we just need to fix up our trend lines, what is necessary and what isn't, all right? So now that we've done our ranges, that is from last time. Now that we have done our ranges, we are looking for trend lines, okay? So we're on the daily. We're going to go over to the 1 hour first, all right? Now, again, with this, the way I trade, I kind of build the storyline, okay? So with the storyline, it's telling me what's happening in the markets, how to react. And then if it gives us what we want, we react to that. If it doesn't, we obviously sit on our hands, all right? So we're trading. You don't necessarily have to trade every single day. For me, it's quality over quantity. So we're looking for quality setups rather than an abundance of trades, because we know that one of the flaws of trading is overtrading, right? Overtrading and revenge trading. And those actually really complement each other. They come hand in hand. So with the system, we just look for quality setups. All right, on the 1 hour time frame, in terms of trend lines, we can probably say that from this point over here to that point over here was previously a 1 hour trend. And since then, it broke. All right, 1 hour trend. Now on the on the 1 hour, I don't see any additional trends. We just have this nice little descending 1 hour trend here. So then we switch over to the 15 minute. All right, 15 minute. This candle might scare some of you. All right, it's obviously extremely impulse to the upside, but with impulse candles, there is fair value gaps. All right, with fair value gaps is basically an imbalance in price. So if there's an imbalance in price, we always want price to at least cover that spot. All right, does it have to happen today? No. Can it happen tomorrow? Sure. But we just need to identify and make sure that we are prepared for those imbalances. So in terms of imbalances, we have off the rip 1 and 2, we can see. So what I do, I follow the momentum of the candle. All right. And then 0.5 and 0.65, which is basically 50 and 65%, would be my FVG. All right. An imbalance of price. Now we also have another one over here. Again, follow the momentum of the candle. This candle, the next candle afterwards, just missed. Okay, so we're looking for a fill on this. Again, fair value gap. Now on my chart, you'll see that I have templates. I always like to label my stuff just because you need to know what it is. All right, you don't like a bunch of colorful lines and boxes and like not know what it is. You need to always know what you're doing. So now let's build that narrative. Okay, last week's golden zone over here, price is rejecting, right? So it's not surpassing 50% of last week. It's struggling to break that. Okay. We have a bunch of fair value gaps over here, and as well as yesterday's golden zone, a break on this 1 hour trend. We didn't get a retest. So far, reasons for sells would be we need that retest on the trend. We need price to fill that fair value gap. So that's 2 good reasons for us to look at a sell today on the markets. Okay. Now we just need to paint a more better narrative, right? Because right now we have reasons why price should go down, but where's our entry point? Where would our stop loss be? A lot of things with traders now, they trade blindly, all right? They'll just enter position and maybe have a figure in their head that they're looking to risk, all right? That's not particularly wrong, but in terms of the long term of trading, you don't want to have that mindset, all right? You just want everything to have structure. So if you are trading, I want you to trade as if this is your business. Even if it's a side hustle or something to supplement your income, you need to treat it like a business. You can't just like, oh, I'm happy to risk 1,000 Rand or 5,000 Rand or whatever the case may be. Have some form of structure with your risk, okay? And with these live streams, we'll obviously teach you that. A lot of brokerages, what they'll do is just like, they'll show you the trades, what trades to take, this, but they don't necessarily guide you from a risk perspective, okay? With this, we're guiding you from a risk perspective because we actually want you to do good. We want you to win, all right? So 15-minute trend, I can see one more over here. And just looking at the candlesticks, you can see that it's been respecting this 15-minute trend pretty nicely, okay? So 15-minute trend, we got a nice little rejection. Off the rip, what I would probably like for price to do is break this trend line over here. What trend line is this? A daily trend. All right, so daily trends are really strong because obviously it's data collected over a longer period of time. So if you had to ask yourself, what's stronger, a 5-minute or 15-minute trend or a daily or weekly trend? The answer, and I hope you said this, is that it's a daily or weekly. Why? Because it has more data, okay? Has more data. So definitely looking at shorts, I would probably say, look, we already got that nice rejection over here. We are dipping below the previous day's high. A break and retest on this daily trend might be nice, but with this volatility and volume, we might not get that price action that we're looking for. All right, keep in mind that if you are trading New York Open or any session, matter of fact, there's going to be a lot of volatility and volume. So sometimes that price action that you're looking for, you're not really going to get. Okay. So off the rip, what I would like to do is either we're looking for a break on this daily trend, or even a combination of Japanese candlesticks within the next 5 minutes to go short. Okay. But the safer bet would be something like, let's see if we had to get this, something like this, all right, which would be close to like a 1 to 2 trade setup. So in this case, if you had to risk, now before you trade, know how much you're willing to risk, right? If you want to risk 1,000 Rand, you're going to make 1,960 Rand, okay? If you're going to risk 500, you're going to make close to double, basically 500 bucks, okay, on top. I mean, sorry, 1,000 bucks, okay? So this is plan A in terms of if we do break that daily trend on NASDAQ, we'll look for shorts, okay? But even better, we could possibly take shorts higher up. It just depends on how price opens at market open and also what it does, okay? So we'll be coming to that in 4 minutes. Market open is in 4 minutes. And little side note, FIFA World Cup, what is going on? All right, I know we have 14 viewers right now, but who are you backing in the FIFA World Cup? And have you guys been right in terms of your backings lately? Like, I'll be honest with you, right? South Africa versus Korea, I thought that we were easily going to take a loss, at most a draw. To win, like, to win that match was actually crazy. And the cool thing that Volt has built, inspired obviously by the FIFA World Cup, is this cool little project over here. All right. So if you guys do have a Volt account, you guys can jump into this and essentially predict, but also benefit off your right predictions, right? Now, so far I've been a guru with my predictions. I've been accumulating some nice points. I know you're probably confused in terms of points and this, all right? But I'll go through it with you right now before market opens. We have 3 minutes. So if you guys are into the FIFA World Cup and if you do have a Volt account, jump into the spirit of the FIFA World Cup. If you don't have a Volt account and you enjoy FIFA, create an account and start your predictions. Why? Is because you can actually get paid, all right, by the point system, which you can eventually turn into prizes, cash, and so on with Volt markets. All right, so for example, how it works: ready, set, go, kick off. This is obviously a good explanation. Correct winner pays 100 World Cup points plus 100 Volt market coins. Exact score pays 300 World Cup points plus 300 Volt market coins. All right, so let's just say if you said South Africa was going to beat South Korea, you would have gotten 100 World Cup points as well as 100 Volt market coins. All right, but if you predicted 1-0 for that game, you essentially would have accumulated 300 World Cup points and 300 Volt market coins, all right, totaling obviously 600. If you have predicted that, that score of 1-0, please DM me because I need some plays for my predictions. I need to accumulate a lot more points because I'm trying to turn that into cash and obviously flip into some good trading, results. Match authentication failed. Please try again later. Maybe we just need to refresh this quick. Match predictions. I think something's down on the match prediction side, but essentially you'll be able, it's like simple sport betting. All right, you'll see all the games, and then if you guess correctly, you get those points, and if you get those points, you can turn it into trading cash and prizes. And like I said, guys, the prizes are pretty crazy. All right, now 1 more minute until market open. Let's see exactly what's cooking. We are on the 15 minute. I'm just switching over to the 5. All right. So 5 minute time frame again. We are looking for ideally shorts. I would even go as far as to say if we had to break this base over here, we could look for some nice short entries. All right. Why 15-minute head and shoulders pattern? This is essentially forming a head and shoulders pattern on the 5 minute. So if we had to get that, let's put stop loss just slightly higher. If we had to break this price point, then we could look to enter. All right. So 5 minute candle is looking good in our favor. We're just going to wait for a break on that base, and then we're going to execute our trades. All right. So if you are trading with me, just make sure that you are tuned in, because it looks like we might get an entry pretty soon. Let's go back onto the 5 and let's just see what this is doing. Okay, so we are breaking that base point. Again, what I'm looking for is a break, a proper candle break. So we'd have to wait at least 3 more minutes. And then once we get that retest or even close to it, we can look to take entries. And now, because we've adjusted our outlook, all right, we've adjusted our stop loss. Why? Is because if price hits our stop loss, that means it's entering that 15-minute trend and looking to break last week's golden zone. So the momentum will be to the upside, okay? But if it doesn't, then obviously we can see price continue going down. So far, looks like price on NASDAQ does want to push down. Lovely break so far, but we just need, this is where patience comes in, guys, because if you had to act on impulse, all right, we're not necessarily getting that proper break and retest, because we can see it breaking now, but we still have 2 minutes until we get that proper break. So until that time passes by and it's a proper break, we have to sit on our hands, all right? So let's see how this cooks. Hopefully we can get in something real nice. Really good break. 1 minute 30 seconds, then we can possibly look to enter the trade. $50 seconds, and then we're just looking for that retest, and then that's our entry. All right. Pretty clean setup, if I'll be honest. Like, if we can get that touch on trend, it's got a 2.34 return. So if you risk 1,000 rand, you're making 2,340 rand. You know, it's really good returns. We would obviously increase our return if we had a tighter stop loss, but for me, just a tighter stop loss wouldn't make sense, all right? Because considering where we are and what's happening above us. So you always need to put that into consideration. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Now we just need that retest. That was a good break on that base point. Boom. Give us that retest. Even get something like here, but this is pretty good. Come on, NASDAQ. One more push up. Okay, we will get into NASDAQ at this price point over here. So shorting at 29843. That's our setup. 29843, and I'll put all the stats for you on the chart right now. All right, so we're looking at NASDAQ sells. At 29843. Our stop loss is at 30,168. TP1, let's see exactly what 50% of this move would be 29514. All right, so TP1 would be 29514, and then TP2 would be 29183. All right, so that's our current trade setup. We are on shorts with NASDAQ. And we are in profit, right? So for me, now having your setup and all your reasons why you're entering your trade, all right, you also need to have a risk setup, okay? So yes, we've established our stop loss. That's part one. Part two is at what point do you protect your trade? At what point do you protect your capital? All right, and again, this is something that we are trying to teach traders, because the thing is, a lot of traders fail. Why? Because they come into trading not being educated, they're trading blindly, and they don't know how to actually manage their funds, and that's why they lose, okay? And that's a problem, honestly, in the industry right now. The brokerages or educators or mentors or whatever, they simply aren't doing enough in terms of saying, hey, all right, we have a platform for you to trade. Yes, we have all these products and this, but we actually want you to succeed. Let us help you to actually educate yourself from a risk perspective, okay? So now to put the cherry on the icing with that is that second tier of protecting your risk and your capital is moving your stop loss to entry, all right? So this little buddy over here, all right, we will move it to entry at a certain price point. Now, why do we do that? Is because if the trade is moving in our favor, at any point, all right, it could reverse, and from a winning trade, we could have a losing trade, okay? Now, there's two things that you need to keep in mind when you move your stop loss to entry. You don't want to move it in too early. Why? Because if you move your stop loss to entry too early, you're going to get tapped out. All right, and if you get tapped out early, you're going to be like, oh, but the trade was moving right, or was moving in my favor. And what results in that is over trading and revenge trading. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, they complement each other. All right, over trading and revenge trading really complements each other. So You don't want to put yourself in that position where you actually are going to cause overtrading or revenge trading. Okay, so that's part one. Part two is when you move your stop loss to entry, it needs to be at a point where it makes sense. All right, so that's why we've identified your trend lines, your last week low, your golden zone, and so on. All right, so for example, if price breaks this daily trend, that's good momentum for us for price to continue going down. All right, but I would feel more comfortable once price touches the last week high at this price point over here. Once it touches that last week high, all right, then cool. I would move my stop loss to entry. Let me make this white and the style. We'll make it purple, why not? Whoa. Let's make it purple. All right, so once price moves to this rectangle by the move SL to entry, that means that we move our stop loss to entry so that we're risking nothing, all right? And we're really, really close. So for the first stream, guys, this is an amazing trade. I hope you guys are smiling as much as I am. So once price reaches this price point, we move stop loss to entry. If price comes back and we make like 1 cent, 10 rand, 100 rand, whatever, it depends on your position size, bro, move on. Like look for another trade. This trade is done. All right, don't keep on attacking it for money. Don't keep begging the markets for money. All right. So yeah, that's our trade setup. It's moving really, really nice. If you guys are in the trade, please let me know in the chat. Like, let me know your concerns. If you have questions, ask. Like, while we're making money, you might as well start asking questions of like, how did you pinpoint this? What was the reasoning? I like the hard questions, so shoot me questions. All right, so price just broke this, all right? And what does that mean? We move stop loss to entry. So essentially, your stop loss originally that you put at 30,168, I want you to put it at your entry point. So if you got in at 29843 like me, just put it slightly below 29842, 29841. So what that means, if price comes and hits your stop loss / entry, you don't lose any money. All right, you don't lose any money. So stop loss now at entry. Bailey, what's up, man? How are you doing? What is up, broski? Oh, guys, we are cruising through this trade. Okay, so we're close to TP1, which is 514. Bro, we just like, we itching. All right, we gotta post this. Like, this is a clean setup. Low key. My broski. How you doing, man? Boom. We love to see it. Boom. TP. Come on. Okay. Okay. We did it. All right. TP1 hit, guys. So, oh my gosh. I'm not going to swear. Holy cow. Okay. TP1, bro. We've been streaming for like 40 minutes, but we got into this entry at like, my goodness, like 10 minutes ago. All right. So TP1 hit. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, bro, it's just melting. All right. It's literally melting. So fair value gap filled. Golden zone broken. What return is this so far, right? We said 183 is TP. Okay, 1.3 return. So if you risked like 1,000 Rand, you would have made like 1,400. All right. But it's going down. It's keep on tanking. NASDAQ. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. All right, so now we just need that fair value gap to get hit, as well as that retest on the trend. Guys, to be honest, all right, price could even go further down. But from a risk perspective, I would say TP2, cool, take your money, all right? But like, honestly, bro, if you want, what you can do is let the trade run and actually move your stop loss to like TP1, all right? But yeah, like, bro, that's all you need to do. Brad, what's up, bro? Brad and Kyle, Loki Africa, just joined the mentorship program as well. And yeah, they're going to be learning this stuff with me side by side. As you guys can see, like, look, okay, this is our first stream, obviously, for Vault. You know, trades don't always look like this, but bro, like, let the craft speak for itself. Do you know, we have our reasons why we're entering our trade. We know where we're exiting. We didn't even go in drawdown. Like, this is one of the trades where it's just like, it should be Friday. Do you know? It honestly should be Friday because it's so good to us. But yeah, that's cooking, bro. Like, that's honestly cooking. Damn. Damn. All right. So, guys, and honestly, that's what I'm saying, right? I know, like, lots of you guys just came to, like, I don't know, maybe see my face or, you know, trade with us, okay? But I cannot preach enough that for me personally, when I watch people do, I learn so much, all right? Can I learn everything? Like, can I learn the whole system just by, like, watching a person trade? No, but can I get a percentage of it? Probably, right? So honestly, pitch up to the live streams. Make sure that you watch because you can learn so much. And if you don't learn, let it motivate you. Let it get something started. Because, you know, like I tell this to like almost everybody, bro. Like, it's not enough what you're currently doing. It also depends on what your goal is, but it's really not enough, all right? Like, a lot of 9-to-5 jobs cap you at, you know, you are worth this much for this amount of time, right? Trading, and yes, there's a lot of other industries similar to trading, the whole internet money space, but trading is the one industry where the sky is honestly the limit, all right? Now, yes, you can lose a lot of money. Yes, you can make a hell of a lot of money as well. But if you have the right mature approach to handle this industry, bro, again, the sky's the limit, right? So W first trade, bro. Honestly, I just really hope that we get to TP2 so that we can smile a shit ton. So far, we hit like a 1.65 return. Was that TP2? No, TP2 29183. Oh, it's even lower. There we go. So, guys, like, it's so good. It's honestly so good. And you know what I can say, and this is me giving you guys like advice, right? Bro, chat. Like, seriously, on the chat, you know, we have Brad, we have Udo, we have Loki chatting. Like, chat, because bro, like, besides just like watching me talk and rant, and I can do that by myself, I can hold my own ground. But if you come here, like, engage, bro, ask questions, just say random stuff, say stuff about what's not even relevant to trading. It's fine. Like, it's really calm. But what I do need from you guys, all right, is the people that are watching, all right, whether you caught the trade or not, show some love to the stream. All right, please just like this live stream. I want to at least get 10 likes on this video. I know we have, look, and I'm honored, right, that we have even like one person watching. But if we can at least get to 10 likes and keep on doing that with every single stream, bro, I'd highly appreciate it. All right, like, highly appreciate it. TP2 loading. Man, it's a good day. It's such a good day. And also, like I said, like, Udo, I hope you're still here, bro. If you missed the trade, I hope that you at least like learn something with the stream, and then, bro, come again. Like, please come again, please. Thanks, bro. Moises, thank you so much, broski. Did you catch it with us, or did you just tune in now? What a trade, guys. Okay, this TP2. I caught it. Oh, there, bro. Nice. W's for Moises, guys. Come on. Honestly, like, imagine, okay, like 6 months down the line, like, this stream turns into a huge community. Like, you guys are the OGs, bro. Like, Moises, Udo, Brad, Loki, Bailey, Roasted Noodles, Surviving Our Stains, bro. Like, an active trader. Like, bro, you guys are the OGs, right? Like, this 486 USD. Yo. Guys, I do accept Uber Eats coupons. So, like, I'll send link soon so that you guys can send me coupons for Uber Eats. But, like, seriously, guys, like, if you guys just at least come like once a week to this live stream, right? Whether you trade or not, if you're learning, even practice on a demo account. Go to Volt Markets, plug, create a demo account, and just simulate this trading, right? Simulate it, get the hang of it. And then when you feel ready, bro, jump into it. Like, why not? I haven't traded Nasdaq in about 6 months, and what a way to come back to it. Damn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Like, Loki is the king of gold. Like, honestly, this guy rips it. So, like, Nasdaq might be new territory, which, bro, we are gonna cover. But, bro, that's the beauty of trading. Like, you have so much options. Caught the trade on Micro Khan with a super small lot size. Nice trade, man. You should be here every day, and please go through your end. Bro, we'll do. We'll do. Import, as soon as we hit TP2, I'll go through my analysis. And, bro, just make sure, like, whatever questions you have, like, bro, I'm not gatekeeping shit. Like, sorry. I'm not gatekeeping poop, all right? Just ask your questions, because, like, bro, like, you might actually learn how to do it, right? But we can go through the analysis. TP2 is about to get whacked. Let's be honest, though. 183. Okay, we'll count that. 182.7. But yeah, so far the schedule is Monday and Thursdays. Let's go! TP2, guys. Come on! Come on! Guys, get hyped with me in the chat, bro. Spam W. Like it. I don't know, put the heart thing. I know there's a heart thing. Like, spam that stuff, man. Jeez, like, we literally just whacked NASDAQ. We just whacked it, bro. And like I said, if you guys want to continue going, all right, to be honest, daily low, which is 29,042, could be a good exit point. But anywhere beyond that, bro, it's like empty, right? So we could actually see like a proper downfall for NASDAQ today. But guys, first stream, first W, like, come on, let us cook. Thank you so much. What a trade. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Appreciate you for watching. Really do, bro. All right. So, bro, we smacked TP1. We smacked TP2. We've been trading for what? 20 minutes, bro. 20 minutes. Like, okay, that's pretty crazy. Like, it doesn't always happen like this, all right? The markets are obviously extremely volatile right now. It's been trending downwards. But 20 minutes to just be done with your day, that's pretty nuts, okay? So, I know Paul requested to go over the analysis again. Paul, just let me know if you're still here, and then I'm happy to do it. If anyone else wants me to go through the analysis, just say, yo, do that. Go through the analysis, please. Then we'll do it, right? I just want to know if Paul is still here, because otherwise, you know, I don't want to like do the analysis again and you guys are watching it for like the second time. Analysis, okay, Bailey. All right, that's all I needed to hear, bro. Just one person, like, super chuffed to do it. All right, so bear with me. Okay, I have a lot of energy because I'm hyped because I just made, bro, I made cash on this trade. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm buzzing that first trade hit TP1, TP2, but what's putting this energy on is just because I made a literal bag with this NASDAQ trade and I'm beyond happy, all right? So how I trade is it's simple, but it's also slightly complex, all right? I use 7 variables, all right? Going from trend lines, last week performance, previous day performance, Fibonacci levels, patterns, Japanese candlesticks, and fair value gaps. All right, those are the 7 variables that I use to trade. Now, when I start off, yes, you draw your monthly trends, your weekly trends, your daily trends. Establish your trend lines. Why? Because that is data accumulated over a long period of time. So a long period of time data is extremely strong in trading. All right, as we can see, this was a daily trend line. It broke and it just tanked. All right, so any variables that you get from a large collection of data of a long period of time, that is powerful, okay? Now, essentially, how I did this trade was, and I did it from scratch with you guys, I established it's going to look very messy right now, but I established the previous week high and previous week low, okay? Now, the thing with trading is you can have a great system, right? And there's a lot of great systems out there. You can have a great system, but the reality is your bias determines whether you're going to be successful or not, all right? It's your bias. So for me, how did I determine my bias? Last week candle, we closed bullish, all right? But just looking at this week already, look how aggressive it's been. And it also broke the last week low. So whenever a price breaks a high or a low, that just kind of shows you the direction that's looking to do, all right? So last week low, last week high established, then I also use my Fibonacci tool, all right? Now, because I'm looking for shorts from the weekly point, I draw it from the bottom to the top, okay? Now, you guys are welcome to copy my fib settings. Just take a screenshot and then just apply it to yours. But this is how I have my fib based off. We'll have our golden zone, which is your 0.5 and 0.618, as well as the 1.618 extension. All right, so that means that if price breaks that last week low, that extension, that 1.618, is where we can see price potentially coming. Okay, so we did that, and then literally the same thing on the daily. So we did that on weekly, we did that on the daily. Previous day high, previous day low. We have our golden zone as well. And our bias was obviously bullish at the time because previous day was bullish, all right? So we would expect maybe price to continue going up, especially because where price was starting, it was above that daily trend, all right? You see how I'm putting everything together? You're building that narrative. So daily done, and then we did the 1 hour. 1 hour we had this descending trend, all right, which was essentially what we were looking for, that touch, all right? Because look, price broke out of that 1 hour trend but didn't retest. Important thing with trading, especially with trend lines and simple resistance, is whenever something breaks, you're looking for that retest prior to a continuation. Okay, so we have this huge momentum up, we didn't get that retest. That's essentially what we just got. Okay, so 1 hour descending trend, awesome. 15-minute trend line, we had this one over here, and at the time price was over here. Okay, at the time we could see that in this trend 1-2 touches, cool, it was struggling, rejected again. So that just shows us that price doesn't want to go above this 15-minute trend. And also look where it is, it's still playing below last week's golden zone, all right, which means that it's below 50%, which means it's still performing worse than last week. So we got that down, and then on the 5-minute, all right, I saw a head and shoulders pattern. So we have this cool tool on TradingView that you can use. Basically here, left shoulder, this area I treat as a base, head, all right, price came back down, that's the right shoulder, and then base, back to base. Okay, so this is what that gray rectangle is, that base. And what I said was that if we get a break, we're looking for a retest, all right? Price came close, we could have even got in higher, but we could see that the momentum was pushing down. Now, because we got that close to a retest, we entered our position, all right? And that was the reason for our entry, a 5-minute head and shoulders pattern, but we have a lot of other variables showing us that direction, okay? And then in terms of TPs, first TP, I usually do 50% of my profit range, and that was 29514. Also with the fair value gap, so there was an imbalance in price. And then once price hit that, our TP2 was a retest on that trend because we didn't get it once price broke out, which also caused another fair value gap, all right? And yeah, that's essentially how my thought process went behind the trading, as well as the execution, our stop loss, and everything. So that's how we took today's trade. Do you guys have questions regarding it? I'm happy to answer. In the meantime, I am fully out. Our price did come close to the last week 1.618 again and the daily low, but I would definitely suggest, like, don't try and milk it even more, just get out. It's a good day. And then again, back to the host of this live stream, Vault Markets, guys. So if you guys are trading through brokerages, I kid you not, right, I would highly recommend signing up with them. Obviously the spreads are amazing. They have a great promo over here, 100% for 400%, my bad, 400% bonus. So essentially, if you put 1,000 Rand, you get an additional 4,000 Rand to trade with. And one thing that I absolutely love is what they're doing is they are actually being different. They involving the FIFA culture. If you guys are into like predictions, like predicting who's going to win what and so on, you can earn points. There's a whole point system here once you create your account. And when you earn points, you can actually turn that points into something great, right? So eventually, I think you can turn your points into cash, entries to raffles. And the raffles, the prizes, they are literally in rands. I can tell you that they are 5 figures. All right, 4 to 5 figures, which is a lot of money. So yeah, bro, like quick little plug. A plus trade, bro. Guys, tap in with Jamie. I appreciate you, low key, bro. Appreciate you. All right, guys, and yeah, that's literally our first stream for Vault Markets. My name is Jamie Hu. Appreciate you guys watching. Before we do end the stream, if you guys have any questions, it can be about the trading, it can be personal, whatever you want, shoot them through. I'm happy to do a quick 5-minute Q&A. If you guys dip, right, if you leave the live stream without saying goodbye, right, I will be upset. Genuinely, I will be upset. So, okay. So if you guys go, just make sure to say goodbye, because I don't want to like stand here for 5 minutes and not answer any questions. Is it possible for you to show us another prediction or analysis from previous data showing us how you take other trades? So previous data, I can go back and show you like other trades that I took. I have some good trade setups on German 40, but the best thing is like also with those trade setups, I can't necessarily remember all the variables that were taking place at that current day, right? So what I would say the best value for you in Paul is generally like come when the live stream starts. The live stream will start like 3 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays. Go through those, like the questions that you have prior to us entering, because that will be more beneficial for you. If you had to, you know, like ask me about previous data, it's not going to benefit you in any way. Like, yes, it might validate the system, but it won't add any value to your life, in all honesty. Bailey, thank you so much, bro. Udo, cheers, broski. Brad, thanks so much, man. Chat tomorrow. And yeah, any other questions, guys, shoot them through. Whoa. Let's just look at that trade one. Oh my goodness, what a trade. Will you be streaming regularly again? Yeah, so I will be streaming here on the YouTube Mondays and Thursdays. Otherwise, any other day will be on the Discord. So if you don't have the Discord, just click the link in my bio on Instagram. And yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I appreciate you guys for chatting. It helps me a lot because otherwise I'm just chatting to myself and then I feel like an idiot. So appreciate you guys coming through. And yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. All right. Take care, guys. Much love.